Welcome to AI Money Mentor, where we believe financial freedom isn't just for the lucky few, it's a learnable skill set. After analyzing hundreds of self-made millionaires and working with successful clients across industries, I've identified the critical skills that separate those who build lasting wealth from those who merely dream about it. This isn't about get-rich-quick schemes or crypto moonshots. This is about developing the fundamental capabilities that will serve you throughout your entire wealth-building journey, regardless of market conditions or economic trends. Let's dive into these transformative skills and discover how you can master them. Strategic wealth mindset. Wealthy individuals think differently about money, not as something to spend, but as a tool to deploy strategically. They understand that wealth is created through ownership, not labor. How to develop this skill? Challenge limiting beliefs about money by examining their origins. Study the mental frameworks of self-made millionaires. Practice abundance thinking while maintaining practical discipline. Make decisions based on long-term wealth accumulation, not short-term gratification. Action step. Keep a wealth mindset journal for 30 days, recording any limiting beliefs that arise and consciously replacing them with wealth-affirming perspectives. Income acceleration. Your ability to increase your earning power is fundamental to building wealth. This means continuously upgrading your value in the marketplace. How to develop this skill? Identify high-demand skills in your industry that command premium compensation. Create additional revenue streams by monetizing your knowledge or skills. Negotiate effectively for raises, promotions, or higher-paying positions. Build intellectual property that generates income without your direct time input. Action step. Research the top 10% of earners in your field. What specific skills or credentials do they possess that you could acquire in the next 6 to 12 months? Strategic relationship building. The most successful wealth builders understand that no one becomes rich alone. They intentionally cultivate relationships with mentors, partners, and networks that accelerate their growth. How to develop this skill? Identify the 20 people who could most impact your financial journey. Become a value provider before asking for anything in return. Develop genuine curiosity about others' success journeys. Create systems for maintaining meaningful connections over time. Action step. Reach out to one person each week who is where you want to be financially. Ask thoughtful questions about their journey and look for ways to provide value. Financial intelligence. Beyond basic financial literacy lies true financial intelligence. Understanding how money works at a systemic level and how to make it work for you. How to develop this skill? Master the fundamentals of cash flow, assets versus liabilities, and leverage. Understand tax optimization strategies used by the wealthy. Learn to read and analyze financial statements and investment opportunities. Develop personal financial metrics that track your progress toward wealth. Action step. Calculate your personal net worth and cash flow statement today, then set up a quarterly review system to track your progress. Digital leverage. In today's economy, digital skills allow you to scale your impact and income without proportionally scaling your time input. How to develop this skill? Learn to automate repetitive tasks in your financial and business systems. Understand basic principles of scalable digital products and services. Master one digital platform where your target audience congregates. Develop systems that generate value while you're not actively working. Action step. Identify one area of your wealth-building activities that could be automated or digitized and implement a solution within the next 30 days. Persuasive communication. Your ability to influence others, whether customers, investors, or partners, directly impacts your wealth-building capacity. So, how do you develop this skill? Well, first, master the art of crafting compelling narratives around your ideas. Next, develop frameworks for presenting information clearly and convincingly. It's also crucial to learn to tailor your message to different audiences and stakeholders. And don't forget to practice articulating complex concepts in accessible language. Now, here's an action step for you. Record yourself explaining your most valuable skill or product, then refine your pitch until you can deliver it compellingly in under 60 seconds. Data-driven decision-making. Wealthy individuals don't make decisions based on emotions or hunches. They rely on data and analysis. So how can you develop this skill? Start by identifying the key metrics that drive financial success in your specific domain. Then, create dashboards or tracking systems for your personal financial metrics. Learn to interpret data patterns and extract actionable insights. And develop hypotheses about financial opportunities and test them systematically. Here's an action step. Define the 3 to 5 most important financial metrics for your wealth building strategy and implement a tracking system this week. Opportunity recognition. The ability to spot potential opportunities before they become obvious to everyone else is a hallmark of successful wealth builders. So, how do you develop this skill? Study emerging trends and technologies that could create new markets. Develop frameworks for evaluating the potential of new opportunities. Learn to identify problems that people will pay to have solved. And build a system for regularly exposing yourself to new ideas and perspectives. For an action step, set aside 30 minutes each week specifically for opportunity research, exploring emerging trends in your industry or adjacent fields. Risk intelligence. Contrary to popular belief, successful wealth builders aren't reckless risk takers. They're calculated risk managers who understand the difference between perceived and actual risk. How to develop this skill? Learn to quantify both the potential upside and downside of opportunities. Develop strategies for mitigating risks while preserving upside potential. Study historical patterns of risk and reward in your target wealth vehicles. Practice making small, calculated risks to build your risk intelligence. Action step. Before your next investment or business decision, write a detailed risk assessment, identifying potential failure points and your mitigation strategies. Resilient consistency. Wealth is rarely built through dramatic one-time events. It's accumulated through consistent application of the right strategies over time, especially when facing obstacles. How to develop this skill? Create systems that make wealth-building actions automatic rather than willpower dependent. Develop psychological tools for maintaining motivation during setbacks. Build recovery protocols for when you inevitably face failures or obstacles. Practice the art of flexible persistence, maintaining your goal while adjusting your approach. Action step. Identify your 3 most essential wealth-building habits and design a minimum viable routine that you can maintain even on your worst days. Strategic patience. Understanding the proper timeframes for wealth building protects you from both impatience and procrastination. 2 wealth killers. How to develop this skill? Study the actual timelines of wealth creation in your chosen domain. Create milestone-based roadmaps rather than time-based expectations. Develop the ability to distinguish between necessary patience and convenient excuses. Learn to make decisions based on compound growth mathematics, not emotional timeframes. Action step. Create a 10-year wealth projection showing the power of consistent action and compound growth in your chosen wealth vehicles. Focused execution. The ability to execute consistently on your most important wealth-building activities, despite distractions and competing priorities, separates achievers from dreamers. How to develop this skill? Create systems for identifying your highest leverage financial activities. Develop defenses against both external distractions and internal resistance. Master the art of deep work on complex, high-value financial tasks. Build accountability structures that keep you focused on what matters most. Action step. Identify the single most important wealth-building activity in your current situation and schedule 3 90-minute focused sessions on it this week. Adaptive intelligence. Markets change, technologies evolve, and opportunities shift. Your ability to adapt your strategies while maintaining your wealth-building principles is crucial. How to develop this skill? Study historical market shifts and how successful investors adapted. Develop systems for regularly reviewing and updating your wealth strategy. Build a diverse knowledge base that allows you to pivot when necessary. Practice the art of strategic abandonment, knowing when to let go of approaches that are no longer working. Action step. Conduct a quarterly review of your wealth-building strategy, asking, what's working, what's not, what needs to change based on current conditions. Leverage mastery. Understanding how to ethically and effectively use different forms of leverage, financial, technological, human, and intellectual, multiplies your wealth-building capacity. How to develop this skill? Study how different forms of leverage can be applied to your specific situation. Learn to identify which leveraged resources provide the highest return on investment. Develop systems for managing the risks associated with different types of leverage. Master the art of delegation and resource allocation. Action step. Identify one area where you're currently using primarily your own time and effort and develop a plan to apply appropriate leverage. Financial creativity. Beyond following established formulas, truly successful wealth builders develop creative approaches to financial opportunities and challenges. How to develop this skill? Study unconventional wealth building strategies across different industries. Practice combining ideas from seemingly unrelated domains. Learn to question assumptions about how things are done in your financial arena. Develop the habit of generating multiple possible approaches to financial challenges. Action step. For your current wealth building goal, force yourself to generate at least 10 different possible approaches before choosing your strategy. These skills don't exist in isolation. They form an interconnected system that, when developed together, creates exponential results. Here's how to start building your personalized wealth skill set. 1. Assess your current skills. Rate yourself 1 to 5 on each of the 15 skills above. 2. Identify priority skills. Choose the 2 to 3 skills that, if improved, would most dramatically impact your wealth trajectory right now. 3. Create a skill development plan. For each priority skill, select specific learning resources and practice activities. 4. Implement daily practice. Allocate at least 30 minutes daily to deliberate practice of your priority skills. 5. Measure your progress. Reassess your skill levels every 90 days and adjust your focus as needed. Remember, building wealth isn't about luck or timing. It's about systematically developing these fundamental capabilities that allow you to create, recognize, and capitalize on opportunities regardless of economic conditions. What skill do you think would most dramatically impact your financial future if you mastered it? Share in the comments below, and I'll provide personalized guidance on developing that specific capability. Subscribe to AI Money Mentor for weekly actionable strategies on building these wealth creation skills. Your financial future is too important to leave to chance. Let's build it systematically together.